It's the first time that the Economic Community of West African States, nearly 50 years of existence, that its members are withdrawing in such a manner. It was shocking to receive the news of the exit of the three countries from Ecowas. These countries, Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso, announced their departure from the community last Sunday. The Economic Community of West African States, in a swift reaction, said it is yet to receive any direct formal notification from the three member states about their intention to withdraw from the community. The Commission explains that it has been working with the three countries as directed by the Authority of Heads of State and Government for the restoration of constitutional order. However, Article 91 of the ECOWAS Treaty states any member state wishing to withdraw from the community shall give to the Executive Secretary 1 year notice in writing, who shall inform member states thereof. At the expiration of this period, if such notice is not withdrawn, such a state shall cease to be a member of the community. The tripartite juntas may not have taken note of Article 91 into consideration before making their decision. In July 2023, Niger military took over power from Mohamed Bazoum, Burkina Faso in 2022 and Mali in 2020. All three countries were suspended from ECOWAS, with Niger and Mali facing heavy sanctions. The three countries have had a frosty relationship with ECOWAS since the coup took place. They believe that ECOWAS hasn't been able to assist them, especially in the area of security. Also accusing the democratically elected president of rigging elections and governments aren't giving account to the functions of security states. The ECOWAS has moved away from the ideal of the founding fathers. Now experts are warning that more security challenges may brew in the region with the exit of these countries if something is not done quickly, especially for Nigeria.
Let's have this conversation. It's very important, looking at the fact that three of these ECOWAS countries have decided to quit ECOWAS. And we know that they are also very important in the region. And what do you think will happen now that they have left?
Democratic institutions in Africa have been very fragile. Of course, the reality of things, has been that there is no independence of the judiciary, legislature, and the executive. That means, there is a compromise of democratic institutions. And also, let's not forget that the key issue has always been, as we've seen in the case of Sahel, the influence of countries like France. And that's why these three countries have now kicked out the French, from their country, saying that, the French, have been a disaster in terms of how they've, they've sucked away their mineral resources. They've left the countries in abject poverty and underdeveloped.
Some suggest that the ECOWAS chair should provide a new strategy to handle the situation of coups and avoid more countries leaving the regional bloc.
Why did ECOWAS react the way it reacted, by pushing forward the military intervention option? That is something which ECOWAS needs to reevaluate in terms of how it responds to these kind of incidents. I think that's the most important element that ECOWAS. I think ECOWAS tripped at that point, by putting forward the threat of military intervention against the Nigerian junta.
Experts say the decision by the three countries announced in a joint statement is a blow to the bloc's regional integration efforts in returning the countries to civil rule, and this may require more efforts.
Culturally, wherever you had good integration, the francophone, anglophone diplomatic rivalries, continue. So I think you can say that ECOWAS has failed, like in the language of the coupists who are now saying, look, we got no value. But one can also say that they've tried in security issues, in collaboration, and maintaining peace in the region. But again, we need ECOWAS to be strengthened, not weakened.
As these countries have exited the regional bloc, what is next for the citizens? Does it mean that the ECOWAS passport will no longer be accepted? Will it require one to get a visa to travel to these countries? How will ECOWAS maintain the economic benefit in the areas of trade and free movement? These are the questions begging for answers. Punarman Benjamin, Arise News.